What's up, guys? Welcome to day 5. Now, if I don't sound very excited about this, it's because I'm not. So typically this is like the worst day of the week. And by worst, I mean like the hardest, the most exhausting, the one that makes me throw up, usually. And I'm gonna tell you why. So the way this is set up, this is currently week 7 of my meet prep. And these dynamic lower body days tend to just be worse and worse and worse as it goes on. But this week I do get a little bit of a break. It's gonna be a little bit easier. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm usually dread these days. Not necessarily dreading today, because compared to the last 2 weeks, this is gonna be a cakewalk. Let me just tell you what I did over the last couple weeks. So the last week 6 was, all right, get this. So it doesn't sound that bad on paper, but trust me, this ends up being terrible. So we start with some tempo squats, right? So just a low bar position, competition style squat. 3 seconds down, 2-second pause, and then just fast back on the way up. And I do that for 10 sets of 3 reps with 50% of my 1 rep max. So I'm estimating around 650 right now is my 1 rep max. I believe I even used maybe like 640, which is like my all-time best squat. So I did that for 10 sets of 3. But the catch here is that I did that with like 40 seconds, no more than 50 seconds rest in between each set. So 10 sets of 3 there, and then immediately after that, go to 60% of my 1 rep max and do that for 5 sets of 2 reps. And I want to say, so that's 15 sets altogether, and I got this done in like less than 20 minutes. And I mean, I don't know what it is. It doesn't sound that bad, like just sitting here saying it. But then you go in there and do it, and it's just, I mean, these are the days that make me I lose 10 pounds of sweat. Maybe not that much, but I mean, my shirt is just completely soaked. It's disgusting. It's just very hard. So like, these are I literally threw up on that day. Like, it was just terrible. That's not it. After this, I do 5 sets of 10 snatch grip deadlifts. Horrible. I mean, like, and I use heels. Like, so I wear heeled shoes to do that as well. So it was just bad. Moving on to this week, it is good because I'm getting a little bit closer to the meet, so these days become to be less brutal. So then that's what I'm doing today. And I'm actually very much looking forward to today. So what I got here is 10 sets of 3 at about 40%. And that's just, these are supposed to be, just with a special bar. So I'm gonna use a safety squat bar today because I did a lot of grip work, lots of bicep work, lots of back work. So that definitely wore all this out quite a bit. So I'm gonna give that a little bit of a break because, you know, one thing about this low bar squat position, having my arms cocked back like that really hard and tight, is I run into that bicep tendonitis. It's gonna start flaring up on me pretty good. So luckily I get to use a safety squat bar today for that. But I'm gonna modify this a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, I am gonna do 10 sets of 3, but they're gonna be very slow, just to kind of take it easy on my, it's gonna help my knees feel good, and I'm gonna use a closer stance to kind of take some pressure off of that groin that's been bothering me a little bit. And then after this, I just get to do 10 sets of 1 with 30 seconds rest with 60% of my 1 rep max for my deadlift. I think that's gonna end up being around 584 pounds or so. So yeah, not a bad day at all. Do some accessories afterwards, and yep, here we go. Let's go to the gym. All right, so this is my first set here with about 300 pounds, and I'm just gonna show these in real time just so you guys can kind of see the pace that I'm going here. So I did 10 sets of 3 at this same weight. The first 5 sets I did with no sleeves and flats on, and then the next 5 sets you'll see I did with sleeves and with some heels and maybe even like a little bit of a closer stance. Now I like doing these for a couple different reasons. So I've noticed they really help me like kind of clean up my technique a little bit. So for the longest time, I've had an issue with like I shift over to the right bad whenever I squat. And you'll see here, like, it's still something that's kind of happening, but this is definitely like night and day compared to what it used to be. So please, for the love of God, do not leave me any obvious ass advice or comments down below about like how to fix this or this and that. Because trust me, like, I've already sought out professional help for this. I've already kind of figured out something that's like worked well for me, and it's getting better. So that's all I really care. So the other thing I really like about this is that slow pace and the closer stance, and just the tempo of these, you know, cleans up the technique, but it makes my knees feel really good whenever I get done. And that's kind of the goal I had for today, was to just leave the gym feeling better than I did going in. And I definitely accomplished that, because once I got done with these, they just felt great. So 10 sets of 3 with 300 pounds, nice slow tempo, Felt great. It was kind of hard, but it felt good. And then I just did some calf raises with that same 300 pounds after this. I just left my shoes on just because it's like, taking this off was like a pain in the ass, and I was like, just already had them on, so I just went ahead and just left them on and just did about 5 sets with like a bunch of reps here. That felt pretty good. And yeah. Okay, moving on here to my speed pulls. This is 584 pounds, and I just kind of have them all here like clipped together, so I'm doing 10 sets of 1. And I apologize for the lighting. Somebody was using the deadlift platform over there, so this is like the only place I had to deadlift. I did get to do it right in front of the fan, so it ended up not being too bad. But yeah, so 30 seconds rest in between all these. My goal is just to kind of make them look as, you know, I guess pretty much all the same. I want them to look all the same, all move about the same speed. I think they did for the most part. A couple of them felt kind of sloppy, but for the most part, they felt pretty good. And then after that, I went and did this little leg press thing. I just did 1 leg at a time here on this one. That's one thing I like about this leg press. You can remove the bar from the middle of it and just do 1 leg at a time. So I just did, I don't even know how many reps I did in each leg. I want to say maybe 15 to 20, but I just kind of went to Rep City on these and got a good pump, and my legs feel good. Alright, so I apologize. My camera did die whenever I was at the gym, so the one thing that I didn't really get recorded was the GHRs that I did. So after I did those leg presses, I went and I just did about 4 sets with quite a few reps and just got like a really good pump and nice burn. Held on to 25-pound plate and just did the GHRs like that. I figured I probably didn't really need to record those anyway, so it kind of worked out okay. Then what I did after that was I just put on the hip circle and I went for a nice long walked around for maybe close to 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, I don't know, but I was tired whenever I got done. And the whole point of doing that is just kind of like loosen up everything after I get done working out my legs and whatnot. And yeah, those definitely felt really good, because the whole point of today was for me just to feel better than I did whenever I went into the gym. And I definitely accomplished that, because on day 2, when I did the squats, that did beat me up quite a bit. And you know, today I was able to kind of like relieve some of that. I was help my groin to feel a little bit better and help my knees feel a little bit better just by doing the slow squats, doing the leg presses, and doing those GHRs. Kind of just get all this blood flowing, and definitely felt quite a bit better when I got done. Now, if you've gotten this far in my workout series that I've been posting, I am going to be doing a day 6, or a better way to name it would be like day 2 part 2, because my day 2, my maximum effort lower body day, changes every single week. So every other week it's deadlifts, every other week it's squats. This week it happened to be squats. Next week it's going to be deadlifts, so I will be uploading that one. So make sure you check that one out. That one should be out soon, just after I get it done and uploaded and whatnot. So, but I appreciate you guys keeping up with the series. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know some future ideas. This was a lot of fun. I can just keep doing full workouts. Like I do plan on doing that. I do plan on just sharing some more workouts and whatnot, if it's a workout that I think is like kind of cool, kind of fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you later.